Morning students, now again we have to welcome to our online classes. Okay, now we have to continue our topic, that is the inverse trigonometry. Here we are taking some questions. They are related to the inverse trigonometry and how it is solved. That we have to take another different types of questions. In a previous video we have to discuss about that some properties of the trigonometries and the principal values of the trigonometries. Now there are some questions like that. First one is the cos inverse sin x plus cos x upon under root 2. Yes students, before that video we have to discuss already about what is our main object. Our main object is we have to find that here is a cos, so that the cos inverse and cos is cancelled out, so we can get the values. Now according to that, questions is given that the cos inverse sin x plus cos x upon under root 2. That is your first questions. Now we have to discuss about cos inverse sin x plus cos x upon under root 2. Okay students, now so we can write here that is a cos inverse. We can write sin x, that is a 1 by 2. We can write the 1 upon root 2 and is a cos x upon root 2. That is a simple way we can have to eliminate both the values. Then here what is cos inverse? We can write here as sin x and it is a 1 upon root 2 plus cos x into 1 upon root 2. Okay students, there is a no doubts. Then cos inverse, yes, here is a 1 upon root 2. That is the value of in the term of cos. So what is the value? That is a sin x into sin x into sin, that is a pi by 4. Again cos x and that value is a cos pi by 4. Yes, you can know that already the 1 upon root 2 in the form of cos and sin, both the values are same. So yes students, you can know that that is the identity of a sin A, sin B plus cos A, cos B. You can know that what is the identity of a sin A, sin B plus cos A, cos B. That identity you have to already discuss about in our class 11. So we can write cos, that is identity is a cos A minus B. Now we have to compare that the value of A is equal to A and the value of B is equal to pi by 4. So we can write here cos inverse, that is the value is a cos x minus pi by 4. Okay students, that cos and that cos are both the cancels. Now we can get the value x minus pi by 4. That is your answer. Any students, any doubt? That is the first questions we have to discuss about that. Now the second question is our solve that tan inverse 2x plus tan inverse 3x is equal to pi by 4. Yes students, you can know that what is the property of a tan inverse A plus tan inverse B. You can know that the property of a tan inverse A plus tan inverse B. That is the property of a tan inverse A plus B upon tan A minus B. That is the property. So now we are applied that the value of A is 2x and the value of B is 3x. So we can write here tan inverse the A 2x plus 3x upon 1 minus 2x into 3x is equal to pi by 4. So that is a tan inverse, that value is a 5x upon 1 minus 6x square. That is the value is a pi by 4. That tan inverse comes to here. So then what is the value? Yes students, yes, come on, recall that. We can write that is a tan inverse, that is a pi by 4. So we can write what is 5x upon 1 minus 6x square is equal to tan pi by 4. Okay, 5x upon 1 minus 6x square. Students, you can know that the tan pi by 4, it means that value is a tan 45 and tan 45 value is 1. So we can write 5x is equal to 1 minus 6x square. So we can write 6x square plus 5x minus 1 is equal to 0. So we can multiply, we can get the minus 6 and addition subtraction we can get the 6. So we can write 6x square plus 3x plus 2x minus 1. But we have to want to get the minus sign. So what we can do here, we can get the value is a 6x. Here 5x 1 minus 6 square, we can multiply 5x is equal to 1 minus 6x square 5x. That minus is a plus, so that you are doing the sum 5x 6x square, that is a 6x minus x minus 1 is equal to 0. So we can take the both 6 common is, then x plus 1 here, and we are taking the common is a minus 1. Here is also a 6 plus 1. Now next one is 6x minus 1, and here is a, that is a x plus 1. So we can solve that values. It means the 6x minus 1 is equal to 0, then the 6x is equal to 1. It means the value of x is equal to 1 by 2. Okay students, now second one is a x minus 1, x 6x minus 1 we have to already taken, and second is a x plus 1 is equal to 0, then the value of x is equal to minus 1. Okay students, here is a quadratic equation. It means you can know that how many values? There is a 2 values. So the value of x is equal to 1 upon 6 and x is equal to minus 1. Okay students, that is the 2 questions we have to already solve that. Now the third question is that, so that here the third question is that tan inverse 1 upon 2 plus tan inverse 2 upon 11 is equal to tan inverse 3 upon 4 is equal to 1 upon 2 sin inverse 24 upon 25. Now third questions, students, you have to given that the tan inverse 1 upon 2, tan inverse 2 upon 11. We have to prove that is the value is a tan inverse 3 upon 4. Students, we have already applied that the formula is a tan inverse x plus tan inverse b. We have do what is the formula? Tan inverse a plus b upon 1 minus a into b. Okay, so now what is the tan inverse? We have to taking that LCM is a 22. Here is a 11 plus 4, and that value is a 1 minus 1 upon 11. Okay students, now what we can do next step? The next step is a tan inverse, that is a 15 upon 22, and taking the LCM is a 11 minus 1. Then that is the value of a tan inverse 15 upon 22, and that is a 11 upon 10. So we have to calculate 11 2s are, and there is a 3 upon 2. So you can get the value is a tan inverse 3 upon 4. Okay students, now the first side we have to already prove that what is a tan inverse 1 upon 2 plus tan inverse 2 upon 11 is equal to tan inverse 3 upon 4. We have to already prove. But here is also it is one values is given that values is equal to 1 upon 2 sin inverse 24 upon 25. So students, you can know that tan inverse 3 upon 4. Tan inverse 3 upon 4 is equal to theta, then the tan theta is equal to 3 upon 4. So we can find the value of a sin theta. Sin theta value is equal to 3 upon 5, and the cos theta, that value is equal to 4 upon 5. How to get with that value? We have to already get value by the using the Pythagoras theorem. So now here we have to prove that the tan inverse 3 upon 4 is equal to 1 upon 2 sin inverse 24 upon 25. We have to prove that. Yes students, you can know that the formula of a sin 2 theta. What is the identity of a sin 2 theta? Sin 2 theta is equal to, we can write here 2 sin theta into cos theta. Okay students, 2. The value of a sin theta 3 upon 5, and the value of cos theta, that is a 4 upon 5. So here is 3 4 are 12, that is a 24 upon 25. Sin 2 theta is equal to 24 upon 2, but we have to prove that 1 upon 2. So yes students, sin 2 theta is equal to 24 upon 25. So then we can find the value of a sin. Here we can find the value of a theta is equal to 1 upon 2. Yes, sin inverse 24 upon 25. That is your proof. Okay students, now we have to already prove that. One more questions, that is a tan inverse cos x upon 1 minus sin x. Then the value of x is equal to minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So now we have to solve that. Okay students, now look at that questions. how to we solve that? Okay, here is a value of x between minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Okay, so now we have to take in that questions is a tan inverse cos x minus 1 minus sin x is equal to, now in the expression where the value of x is greater than minus pi by 2 and less than pi by 2. Okay students, you can know that the property of a cos 2x. Yes, what is the property of cos 2x? Cos 2x is equal to cos square x minus sin square x. We can find the value of a cos x. That value is equal to cos square x by 2 minus sin square x by 2. We can keep in that value and that value of 1. We can write the 1. What we can write? Sin square x by 2 plus cos square x by 2. You can know that the property of a sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. And here we can know that what is the sin 2x? Sin 2x is equal to 2 sin x into cos x. Then we can find the value of sin x. So we can write sin x in the form of 2 sin x by 2 into cos x by 2. Okay students, we can find that all values. Now keeping that value of your questions. Your question is a tan inverse cos x upon 1 minus sin x. Okay students, then tan inverse cos x. The value of cos x we can write here cos square x by 2 minus sin square x by 2, and that 1 we can write what is a cos square x by 2 plus sin square x by 2, and the sin 2x we can write 2 sin x by 2 into cos x by 2. Okay students, we have to already find that values. Now tan inverse cos square x by 2 minus sin square x by 2. Yes students, you can know that the property of a square minus b square. What is the property? A plus b and a minus b. So we can write cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 in a one bracket and another bracket cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2. Here a square plus b square minus 2ab. So we can write what is the cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 whole square. Okay students, that cos x by 2 minus sin square x by 2 and that square both are cancelled. So you can get the value is a tan inverse cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2. Here is a cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2. Okay, whole equation we have to divide by the cos x. Okay students, so what we are dividing by? We can write here divide cos x by 2. Why we have to divide cos x by 2? Because that value we can find in the terms of tan. So we can write here cos x by 2 upon cos x by 2, and that is a sin x by 2 upon cos x by 2, and here is also cos x by 2 upon cos x by 2, and here is a sin x by 2, and that is a cos x by 2. Okay students, now you can look at that here, that cos and that cos both are cancelled. We can get the value is a tan inverse 1 minus sin x by 2 cos x by 2. Yes, what is tan x by 2? Good. Again here is, that is we are using a plus sign, that is also a 1 minus, that is a tan x by 2. Okay students, here is a more two steps. What? Tan inverse, that is a 1. Yes, students, recall that. What is the value of 1 in the form of tan? Yes, very good. What is? Tan pi by 4. Yes, tan pi by 4 plus tan x by 2. And here is also 1 minus 10. We can multiply is a 1. We can multiply any number, so we can get the same number. But we can write the value of a 1. 1 value is a tan pi by 4, and here is a tan x by 2. Okay students, that is the property of tan a plus tan b upon 1 minus tan a tan b. What is the property? That is the property of tan a plus b. Okay, what? Tan cancels. Now our answer is pi by 4 plus x by 2. That is your answer. Okay students, now we have to discuss more question in our